Hello everybody, thanks for clicking on this video. This is episode 11 in my series about unpopular philodendrons. And in this episode I want to talk about this beautiful species called Philodendron Colombianum. Now I actually accidentally got two of these plants, and in a minute I will show you the second one. And you will notice, by the way, an interesting difference between the two specimens that I have. But first I want to explain why I call this plant unpopular. First of all, it's not readily available in any physical plant shop. You'll probably have to order it online and have it shipped internationally. Secondly, nobody is talking about this philodendron. And finally, there is basically no information about this plant to be found anywhere. So for me, this means that this is definitely an unpopular philodendron indeed. Now, I got my plant more or less 4 months ago. I think I paid like $40 for it. And this is a picture of the plant on the day that it arrived. It had 5 leaves, now it has 6. And as you can see, I potted it up immediately after arrival at my place. Now here you can see both specimens of this plant that I got. And since I ordered 2 identical plants by accident, I decided to do a little experiment. I potted them up in 2 differently sized pots, as you can see. Now you have to know that both plants arrived at the same time. They had exactly the same size when I got them. And after 4 months under my care, you can see that pot size does matter indeed. The one in the bigger pot on the left has grown taller and has clearly bigger leaves than its little brother to the right. Now, when we take a closer look at the leaves, you can see that they have the typical heart shape of many philodendrons. And the leaves have a very nice veining on them, and the color of the leaves is a variation of both dark green and a lighter lime-like green color. Now, in my experience, these are very easy to take care for plants. I put them under a grow light and they love it. They are also quite thirsty plants, so I don't let them dry out completely before watering them again. For humidity, I'd say they love it, but they don't really need a high level of humidity to survive. I would say that average living room humidity seems just fine. By the way, this plant is native to Colombia, as the name suggests, obviously, but it can also be found in Peru and Ecuador. Now, the Philodendron Colombianum actually has a second name, which is Philodendron schottianum guayzimi. And if you sometimes wonder where plants get such complicated names, in this case, schottianum refers to a 19th century Austrian botanist, and Guayzimi is simply a city in Ecuador where this plant grows. Now this plant is a terrestrial climber, and you can see the short aerial roots on the stem here, which means I'll probably should give it a moss pole in the near future to keep it happy. Now why did I accidentally order 2 of these plants? I told you earlier that they actually are known under 2 different names. And on the website of the seller, they were actually available under those 2 different names. So I ordered 1 of each and found out later that they are actually the same species. Now, finally for propagation, I must say I haven't propagated them yet. But as is the case with most philodendrons, you can just take a stem cutting with a leaf and 1 node, and I'm sure they'll propagate easily in water or perlite. That's all for today's episode. Please like and subscribe if you feel like it, and if you want to watch more unpopular philodendron episodes that I will post in the future. Thanks again very much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.